Our next speaker has been in this amazing industry for over 2 decades. She and her husband have built several million-dollar businesses. They've been around the block. Great leader, Blue Diamond, from the great state of Idaho. Would you please join me in welcoming to the stage Blue Diamond, Mindy Deeble!
Awesome. I am so excited to be here. I want to ask all of you a question. After hearing all of these amazing trainers, how many of you are ready to 10x your business to the next, all the way to the top? How many of you would love to have a plan today to know how to go diamond in the next 10 months? By December 31st, you are diamond and you're going to Croatia with us. How many of you want to do that? Okay, awesome. All right, so I'm going to ask you this question again. Who's going diamond by December 31st and going to be in Croatia with us? Okay, here's what I can tell you. No matter who you are, no matter what your circumstances are today, if you just got started today, or you've been in the business for over 10 years and you still haven't hit the results that you want to have, you can do it. And I am here to show you how you can make that happen. And I'm really here to tell you that if I can do that, I'm going to give you so much belief that each and every one of you can create whatever you want. I'm going to give you a game plan. Because it's not about your ability, it's about your commitment, right? It's about your commitment to success. It's about your commitment to making it happen. How many of you are super busy? Anybody busy? Anybody have full-time jobs? Anybody have kids? Anybody have life, right, in general, okay? So I want you to know my story, okay? First of all, if you have 9 hours a week that you can commit to what I'm going to share with you today, there's no reason why, if you consistently commit to this, you can't be diamond by December 31st. Are you excited about this plan? Okay, so I got started in this industry many years ago. I'm not going to tell you how many years ago because then you know my age, okay? But I was a preschool teacher. I had no business being in business, guys. I was super shy. I was scared to death to go talk to people. In fact, so scared that in my first 4 months, I pretended to be an entrepreneur. I was a wantrepreneur. Does anybody know what a wantrepreneur is? Anybody? I wanted the success. Right? I wanted to be up on these front 2 rows. I talked about it all the time. I meditated. I pictured myself up there. But when it came to do the actual work, I pretended to do the work. Meaning, if we were supposed to make phone calls, actually, I literally did pretend to make phone calls in front of people for 2.5 hours. Do you know how hard it is to do that, by the way? Has anybody tried to pretend to do that? So much easier just to talk to them, right? But I was so scared and hesitant that I didn't take action on the right things. I was so good at organizing my list. My desk always looked so organized. Well, it was really my table, okay, because I didn't even have an actual official office. But I had labels on things. I was doing I got on every training, but I wasn't doing the work. Here's what changed for me. After 4 months of only 12 people on our team with no momentum, I went to an event and I decided to quit being a wantrepreneur and I decided to be an entrepreneur. I decided instead of building this like a hobby and building it on convenience and building it just when it felt like it, which I never felt like pushing through my fears. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? I had so many excuses. I decided that no matter what, I was going to get committed. I was going to build it like a multi-million-dollar business, and I was going to take action like a top-producing executive Blue Diamond. And when I started to become that and be, walk like an executive Blue Diamond, talk like an executive Blue Diamond, do the work like an executive Blue Diamond, guess what? Then we got huge results. We went from, 12 people on our team, within 60 days, over 300 people in our organization, and built to the top in 9 months with massive momentum, with over 2,000 people a month coming into our organization because of one commitment, because of deciding that I'm going to take action on income-producing activities and build it like an entrepreneur. How many of you are ready to take action? Okay. Who is ready to drop the wantrepreneur and become an entrepreneur? Anybody? Okay, let's go. Okay, so we're going to quickly talk about 5 steps that you can do to grow your business every single day. And if you have 1 hour and 15 minutes a day, you can create massive momentum. Now, this is dedicated, intentional action where you take a timer and for 15 minutes, you do each step. And there's 3 non-negotiables in here that I'll talk about. If you only have 30 minutes or 15 minutes or whatever, I will talk about that. So, first of all, every day counts when we talk about this, okay? Today matters. Write this down. The consequences of the work you did or didn't do today are going to show up in 90 days. Okay, that's really important. Be thinking about that because every day matters. So, step number 1, personal growth. Why do I have personal growth here? A mentor told me many years ago that you can overcome any challenge you have, but you have to personally grow to that challenge. So, how do you grow to that challenge? Well, you get around successful people, right? We are the average of the 5 people we hang out with. So if you hang out with 5 idiots, guess what? You might be the 6th. I don't like that idea, right? However, if you hang out with 5 champions, guess what? You can be the 6th. Who wants to be a champion? Okay, so get dedicated to hanging out with champions. Listen to them. But here's what I will say. When you listen to them, take action that day. In fact, every time you listen to them, think of one thing. What is one thing that I can implement today from what I just learned? Take action. That's how you're really going to grow. Secondly, I like to do this in the very beginning of my whole process because when you teach this to somebody else, you also learn it better. So you can take this, and when you're marketing yourself on your value posts and your different things, take one thing you learned from that day, share it in your story, put it on your posts so that people can see you're growing, you're learning, and you're adding value to the marketplace. Okay, second step, for 15 minutes, connect with people. What's the work in this business, you guys? It's talking to people. If I don't talk to anybody, guess what? I'm not going to have any customers. I'm not going to make any money, right? Talk to a few people, you make a little bit of money. Talk to a lot of people, you make a lot of money. So, are we going to talk to a lot of people? Okay, so your network is your net worth. Every day, you got to become a professional friend getter. Get out and talk to people, connect with people. Go into social media like it's a networking group, and here's what I would do. Set the timer for 15 minutes again, and say, I'm going to intentionally connect with people. I am going to intentionally connect with friends through social media. Go in, find people that you relate to, friend request them, send them a little message, maybe even a screenshot of their post, and say, hey, I love your vibe. Whatever you love about them, love on their posts, support them, connect with people. Your goal is get them to know you, get them to like you, and then eventually get them to trust you so they will do business with you. People do business with friends. So become a professional connector and friend getter. Step 3, market yourself. Why is this so important? For your credibility. Okay, if you are connecting with people, they are going to go to your profile and they are going to say, do I want to do business with them? Because people don't buy products, they buy you. So are you being the person you want to attract, right? On social media, are you showing that you can add value to the marketplace? Your income is a direct reflection of the value you are adding to the marketplace. So are you adding value? This is why I love doing personal growth before. And then you can say, you know what, I learned this, I'm going to share this. Or talk about how you implemented something that you learned. That is valuable. You can do this in your stories, but make sure you take 15 minutes and you market yourself. Now, I will tell you the non-negotiables in a minute. We're going to go to step 4, but I want you to know this is the number 1 non-negotiable that you do every single day, okay? So let's say you only have 15 minutes one day. How many of you, we get busy, you set some goals, and then it's like, it doesn't always work out, right? Well, just so you know, nothing is perfect. Nobody is perfect. But whenever you do set a goal, you should set a non-negotiable. Like if I don't have an hour and 15 minutes today to get this done, I'm at least going to take 15 minutes to do this one thing. And that is ask people to look at Trinot. Okay, jump on this overview. Check out my live. Watch this video. This is a simple ask to have them look at this. Now, I'm going to show you how if you can do this with 10 people a day, okay, you will explode. You will absolutely explode. But this ask for 15 minutes is a non-negotiable. Okay, the last is follow-up. Your fortune is in your follow-up. Do you know that the biggest producers that came into my organization, they came because of follow-up? In fact, I would love anybody who came in after their first exposure. I want you to stand. Okay, you came in because of a result of follow-up. I want you to stand up. Okay. Wow. Okay, look at all of these people. Look around. First of all, who would love to have Sonara, Tina, Miss Bree Richardson? I mean, look at all these top people here right on the front row, okay? They came in because of a result of follow-up. What if Jen wouldn't have followed up with Bree? What if they wouldn't have come in because we didn't follow up with them? How many of you are guilty? Thank you, by the way. How many of you are guilty of not following up with somebody? I will tell you, you're going to hear from Miss Jennifer Dowd later today. She was my best friend in high school. I didn't understand this whole thing of 80% of successful sales take 5 or more follow-ups. I just wanted her in my organization. And I followed up with her for over 6 weeks. Jen, are you screening my calls? Call me. You're making me feel like a stalker. I love you too much for you not to see this. But she is here today because I didn't give up on her. Love them too much, care about them too much to not give up on them. How many of you are excited about doing that? Take 15 minutes a day to follow up. Okay, so the 3 non-negotiables, if if you have 45 minutes, okay? So number one, non-negotiable is ask. So important, because nothing's going to happen unless you ask them to look at it. Number two would be follow-up. And number three is connect. Okay, if you only have 45 minutes or you only have 30 minutes, do you guys get what I'm saying? Okay, so I'm going to show you a plan to go diamond by December 31st. And I want you to know there's no excuses here. Each and every one of you, you have the power to do it. You can't say you don't know anybody. There's 4.8 billion people online to connect with. You can't say you don't have any time. How many of you believe that you could find an hour a day if you absolutely had to? Or 9 hours a week, I'm going to say. If you absolutely had to change your life, could you find it? Okay, you guys, I just want you to know you absolutely can. I was working full time, 40 hours plus. I have at that time, I have 4 children, but at that time, my youngest was 7, my oldest was 13 years old. My husband was traveling the whole time, so I was kind of like single mom. We were in a million activities, football, dance, basketball, piano, you name it, we had it, okay? Nobody drove except for me in our family, but I found the hours. I quit making excuses for myself. If I can do this, a preschool teacher who was so super shy, who had no time, I promise you, each and every one of you can do this. Okay, so I'm going to show you this plan. Before I do, I'm going to bring out a gal. She is a top producer in our company. She actually went diamond in her first 10 months, being completely intentional on daily method of operations. And she took this challenge on, what I'm showing you, last month, and I want you to hear her results. So please help me welcome top producing Black Diamond, Miss Lori Allen. Yeah, woo! Get up here, girl. Yeah. Do we look a little patriotic? Okay.
That was a good one. Hi, everybody.
You own the stage, girl. You get up here.
Okay. All right, guys. I have 1 minute, so I'm going to give you guys as much as I can. Listen, when I first joined Trinant, I went all in. I was fully committed. A lot of you may not know this, but I had just had my car repossessed. It was do or die. There was no, we're going to kind of tiptoe and see if this works. Like, it's going to work. I was talking to everybody. I was presenting. I would not shut up about this opportunity. But let me tell you guys, 4.5 years in, sometimes you might be able to get into a little bit of a managing mode. And how many people know what I'm talking about? And nothing beats phase 1. Phase 1 is where it's always at. So when Mindy told me she was training on DMO, she's like, would you take on my 10 Ask a Day DMO challenge? I was like, of course I will. I'm committed. I will do 10 asks a day for 30 days. And let me tell you, from the previous month, I recruited 1 person. With her 10 asks a day, I recruited 9 people the following month. So it does work. And I want you guys to imagine, if you had 10 people on your team doing 10 asks a day, bringing in 9 people a month, what would your business look like? It would be absolutely amazing. So I just want to let you guys know, if you are focused and committed, you can create anything that you want in this business. All right, I love you guys.
All right, give her a hand, thank you. Yeah. Yes. Okay, so how many of you are committed? Let me show you. I told you that you can get diamond done. Let me show you how to do it, okay? Today, start this today. Follow the daily, those 5 steps, for 30 days. If you do that for the next 30 days, and you ask 10 people a day to look at this, then you're going to have 300 invites by the end of those 30 days. Now, if you just got a quarter of the 300 people to look at this, you would sign anywhere from 10 to 30 new associates if you truly did 300 invites. If 10 people duplicate this with you, so let's say that you sign 10 people, and you get those 10 people to do it with you the following month. So now, the next 30 days, you have 10 people doing this with you. Then you would sign 100 to 300 new associates in your organization. Who would get excited about that? See, you guys, when I did this, my next 60 days, we brought in over 300 people because we were duplicating this out. Do you guys get what I'm talking about? Okay, if you signed 100 people from that, 100 associates doing 100 PV is going to make you a Ruby in the next 60 days. Who would be excited about Ruby in the next 60 days? Now, for the next 6 to 7 months, you help those 10 people that just did this with you go Ruby just like you, and what are you going to be? A diamond. So I want to know who's committed to doing this. If you're committed, I want you to stand up and cheer as loud as you can and let me know that you are committed to get diamond done by December 31st. All right, you guys have got this. This is what I'm going to say. Stay standing. Picture yourself on the beaches of Croatia. Picture yourself at that diamond position, walking the stage, telling your story. Each and every one of you have an incredible story to tell. Make sure that you are picturing yourself doing this every single day, and then go take action. And I promise you, if I can do this, you can do it. Love you guys.
Everybody clap your hands.